Hi everyone, it's Lisa Purdy. I'm here with you reading the Bible out of the Amplified Version, and we are in Genesis chapter 26. And there was a famine in the land, other than the former famine that was in the days of Abraham. And Isaac went to Gerar, to Abimelech, king of the Philistines. And the Lord appeared to him and said, Do not go down to Egypt. Live in the land in which I will tell you. Dwell temporarily in this land, and I will be with you, and will favor you with blessings. For to you and your descendants I will give all these lands, and I will perform the oath which I swore to Abraham your father. And I will make your descendants to multiply as the stars of the heavens, and will give you to your posterity all these lands, kingdoms. By your offspring shall all the nations of the earth be blessed, or by him bless themselves. For Abraham listened to and obeyed my voice and kept my charge, my commands, my statutes, and my laws. So Isaac stayed in Gerar. And the men of the place asked him about his wife, and he said, She is my sister. Wow, we saw that again. His parents did this. Asked him about his wife, he said, She is my sister. For he was afraid to say, She is my wife, thinking lest the men of this place should kill me for Rebekah, because she is attractive and is beautiful to look upon. When he had been there a long time, Abimelech, king of the Philistines, looked out the window and saw Isaac caressing Rebekah, his wife. And Abimelech called Isaac and said, See here, she is certainly your wife. How did you dare say to me, She is my sister? And Isaac said to him, Because I thought lest I die on account of her. And Abimelech said, What is this you have done to us? One of the men might easily have lain with your wife, and you would have brought guilt and sin upon us. Then Abimelech charged all the people, Who touches the man of his wife shall surely be put to death. Then Isaac sowed seed in that land, and received in the same year 100 times as much as he had planted, and the Lord favored him with blessing. The man became great, and gained more and more until he became very wealthy and distinguished. He owned flocks and herds, and a great supply of servants, and the Philistines envied him. Now all the wells which his father's servants had dug in the days of Abraham his father, the Philistines had closed and filled with earth. And Abimelech said to Isaac, Go away from us, for you are much mightier than we are. So Isaac went away from there and pitched his tent in the valley of Gerar and dwelt there. Isaac dug again the wells of water which had been dug in the days of Abraham his father, for the Philistines had stopped them after the death of Abraham, and he gave them the names by which his father had called them. Now Isaac's servants dug in the valley and found there a well of living spring water. And the herdsmen of Gerar quarreled with Isaac's herdsmen, saying, The water is ours. And he named the well Esek, contention, because they quarreled with him. Then his servants dug another well, and they quarreled over that also, so he named it Sitnah, enmity. And he moved away from there and dug another well. And for that one they did not quarrel. He named it Rehoboth, room, saying, For now the Lord has made a room for us, and we shall be fruitful in the land. Now he went out from there to Beersheba, and the Lord appeared to him the same night and said, I am the God of Abraham your father. Fear not, for I am with you, and will favor you with blessings and multiply your descendants for the sake of my servant Abraham. And Isaac built an altar there, and called on the name of the Lord, and pitched his tent there. And there Isaac's servants were digging a well. Then Abimelech went to him from Gerar with Ahuzah, one of his friends, and Phicol, his army commander. And Isaac said to them, Why have you come to see me, seeing that you hate me and have sent me away from you? They said, We saw that the Lord was certainly with you. And so we said, Let there be now an oath between us, carrying a curse with it to befall the one who breaks it, even between you and us, and let us make a covenant with you, that you will do us no harm, inasmuch as we have not touched you and have done to you nothing but good, and have sent you away in peace. You are now the blessed or favored of the Lord. And he made them a formal dinner, and they ate and drank. And they rose up early in the morning and took oaths with a curse with one another, and Isaac sent them on their way, and they departed from him in peace. The same day Isaac's servants came and told him about the well they had dug, saying, We have found water. And he named the well Shibah, Therefore, the name of the city is Beersheba, well, the oath, to this day. Now Esau was 40 years old when he took as wife Judith, the daughter of Beri the Hittite, and Basemath, the daughter of Elon the Hittite. And they made life bitter and a grief of mind and spirit for Isaac and Rebekah, their parents-in-law. So Esau marries two daughters that are clearly not part of the tribe. And those two daughters end up who become his wives, end up making life really rough for Rebekah and Isaac. Okay? All right, so a couple things. You can already see the blessing on Isaac's life that God has done as he multiplies and gains wealth, his flocks, his servants, and he is getting noticed by the local king. Okay? What is also interesting is that they have an oath that carries a curse. One thing that we in modern day don't understand is that our words actually carry power. So this isn't just negative stuff. So we can't say mean things about each other because it has an eternal effect. It can actually breathe into an atmosphere and change the dynamic of things that are happening around people. Such as when you believe something about yourself that's negative, you can sometimes make that thing come to life because you believe it so much you make it happen. Okay? Well, you can do that with the power of your words. Okay? And so, but the opposite is true. You can declare sickness to no longer be in your body. You can declare a land to be for the purpose of the Lord. You can speak positive, encouraging words over one another and have things, blessings and abundancy come around them. And so the same is true back then, that they understand that their words meant something. You have to understand they were not that far removed from Adam and Eve, so they would have known that the breath of God, so the words of God are what created everything that they saw, created them. And so they would understand back then that these words carried a lot more. And so when they said it carries a curse to whoever breaks this, they meant it because they knew something would actually happen with it. So just taking note of these things, I want to encourage you to know that God does not change from yesterday to tomorrow. He is the same. And there are rules in the world that naturally happen that we have no way of changing, okay? And this idea of you get what you sow, what speak happens, those are natural laws that he has put in place, and regardless of what you believe, that still happens. So be aware of those things. So I hope this helps you dig into your word. I hope that this is helping breathe life to this so that you can see how it's actually not that far from your own life. And it helps bring those connections. They say the more you're in the Word of God, like 4 and 5 days a week. I think one of the schools, something like Harvard, was able to study the connections in your brain actually change when you read the Bible every day. So I hope that you're starting to feel renewed and refreshed and grounded. If you have any questions, message me. We'll talk. Have a great day.